Hey there, welcome to our first Hangout of 2015. Our Hangout with Wildcat Welcome is a series of Google Hangouts that we'll be hosting throughout the summer, but we're kicking off the first one with you, the class of 2019. And today we're going to chat a little bit about what you can expect in the next few months from us, what your first year might look like here at Northwestern, and we just want to answer any questions you might have. And remember, you can submit questions to us via Twitter, so you can tweet at us using the hashtag WWHangout, or you can message the Wildcat Welcome Facebook group, or you can email us at wildcatwelcome@u.northwestern.edu. But before we get started, we're going to introduce us, the Board of Directors for the new student and family programs. So there's 10 of us here. We are upperclassmen, and we're super excited to see you in the fall. But I'm Kiku. I am a junior, and I'm from Fremont, California, and I'm in Medill studying journalism.
I'm Maddie. I'm a theater major from Deerfield, Illinois.
I'm Soa. I'm from Ellicott City, Maryland, and I'm studying economic psychology and creative writing.
Hi, I'm Evan. I'm majoring in chemical engineering, and I'm from Levittown, New York.
Hi, I'm Orko. I'm a journalism major from Libertyville, Illinois.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I'm a social policy, psychology, and policy science.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and I'm a philosophy and economics major.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex. I'm also from Fremont, California, and I'm majoring in biochemistry and saxophone performance.
Hey guys, my name is Brian. I am from Benicia, California. I'm a junior majoring in bio.
Hi guys, I'm Avi Verena. I'm from Los Altos Hills, California, and I am majoring in religious studies with a concentration in religion, health, and medicine with a minor in global health studies.
Cool. So that's us. And like we said, we work really closely with the Office of New Student and Family Programs, and we are here to design and organize the process for transition for you to college. So we're going to get started. Our first question is, what should I be thinking about right now? What should you be thinking about right now? So who wants to take it away?
I can start. So I know just from the post, a lot of people are thinking about roommates and housing. So the first thing, the housing contractor is due on June 1st. And we do advise to use RoomSync to kind of sign the contract and find a roommate as well. But yeah, that's like the first thing. I'm sure it's what most of you guys have on your mind.
In addition to that, there are pre-Wildcat Welcome programs that the applications for those are live. So if you are thinking about that, which about 1/5 of the incoming new students participate in, that is something that you might want to check out. We have information about that on our website. But if any of you have been on a pre-Wildcat Welcome program and want to talk about that.
Yeah, so I can talk about that. Before my first year here, I did Freshman Urban program, which is also known as FUP, but it's basically a program where students come to the Chicago area, I believe 5 days before the year starts, and you just kind of get to volunteer downtown, walk around to the different neighborhoods, and at the same time, meet. I think there were 80 of us our first year here, and we just get to interact with different students. It was a really fun program. I did it with Alyssa, so that was cool.
I did Project Wildcat, also known as P-Wild, and that's just the program where you spend, I believe, 7 days in the wild right before school, and get to know a group of other new students as well as some upperclassmen. And that was a really exciting way to, see the outdoors and spend time, kind of away from civilization before it kind of was, before you go to college.
So there are many pre-Wildcat Welcome programs, but 4 of them are the Freshman Urban program that Soa talked about, and then Project Wildcat that Maddie talked about, Catalyst, and also ASB, which is Alternative Student Break. Cool. So other things you might be thinking about are tuition and how you pay for that, but all that information is available in your Purple Prep, and it has the different types of payments. So you have all received a copy of Purple Prep in your mailbox, your physical mailbox, or are going to be receiving that very, very soon. So we really recommend that you look through that and peruse that. There's lots of really great information. And 9Pay, the type of billing system that is an option for paying for your tuition, is the application for that is due on June 1st. So that's something to keep in mind. It's coming up pretty soon.
Congrats. To tuition.
Some of the other stuff that you might want to be thinking about is you all received March to the Arch, which is a newsletter that you'll be getting every month or so. And it has a lot of really great information in that too. Like I mentioned, Purple Prep. And then the first year guide is a mobile app, which is kind of supplementary to all the other types of information that you'll be getting as well. So if you are super tech savvy and want to use that app, then you can download that, and it has fun tips for the summer and also some great information about Wildcat Welcome. So,
Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of that smaller stuff to think about, but also you just want to make sure that y'all like just like finish high school strong. So just don't forget about that. But definitely be excited to come to Northwestern in the fall.
And definitely, like take advantage of being around your friends and family in high school, because like college is super exciting and it's going to be so much fun when you're here, and we're really excited for it. But your family and your friends are going to miss you when you leave, and so definitely make time to really
strengthen those relationships.
Make time to make time and keep studying for your APs, because those right now.
So bad.
Great. So our next question, which we got, is what can students expect from Wildcat Welcome? Like, what am I going to be doing for 10 days?
Yeah, so Wildcat Welcome is the orientation program here at Northwestern that really helps you get ready for life at Northwestern. If you don't already know, you'll be paired with a peer advisor who is from the same undergraduate school as you. And in some cases, they might be in the same program, so they'll be there for you to talk to you about questions pertaining to academics, class reg, and then I guess just like adjusting to Northwestern. And then you'll be going through a couple workshops that we call essential and use, pertaining to issues that we find important here, like mental health, sexual assault, diversity, inclusion, and more.
Yeah, and a lot of your friends might be going to orientation programs at their universities, but what's really awesome about Northwestern is that it's not just a week-long orientation, it's 10 days of Wildcat Welcome, which is really awesome, and there's so much programming and so many opportunities for you to meet a lot of new students, to get in touch with all the resources on campus, and to just feel like you have a support system right before you actually start taking classes. So it is really about transition, and we really want to emphasize that. And it's really awesome because you're all going to participate in it.
That's so embarrassing.
Sign up for choir.
It is really fun. There will be like a lot of programming, so you'll have activities like after the day is over where you can just like hang out with the people that you meet. We'll be going to 6 Flags that's happening, and it's like some really fantastic activities. So get excited for that.
Yeah, there's other surprises too, so you pumped for it.
And the person who takes you through Wildcat Welcome is called a peer advisor. Peer advisor, we were all peer advisors at one time or another, many of us twice. And so we really love peer advisors. They are people who will guide you through all the 10 days of Wildcat Welcome. You'll be in a group of people who are all in your academic school, so Weinberg, Beaman, Medill, etc. All the people in your PA group will be from that school, and those will be people that you may end up taking classes with or seeing around a lot, but mainly you'll be going through Wildcat Welcome with them and your PA. And your PA will be a sophomore, junior, or a senior in your school who knows the ropes, has obviously been here at least for a year, and knows a lot about what it's like to be a student here. And all the questions that you have been writing on Facebook about
not necessarily housing, but about registering for classes and for other things about student life. Once your PA is assigned to you in either July or August, if you're in Weinberg, that will be the go-to person for all those questions. So keep on asking them. We're here to answer them, but eventually you'll be able to rely on a person who has you and maybe a few other students in mind. That person will be your number one go-to, and they'll be so excited to help you out.
And those first relationships that you make in your PA group, sometimes can be very meaningful and lasting. Some of the people in my PA group are my best friends to this day. So definitely take advantage of that small group to begin the year.
Cool. So what would you guys say are some of the Wildcat Welcome traditions? Like, what are they like?
Well, for me, the first one that comes to mind is March Through the Arts, which is really exciting. It happens on the first day of Wildcat Welcome after moving day, where you'll get to walk under the Weber Arch on campus that we have, which is right by South Campus. And it's just this awesome welcome to the school where we'll have older students and faculty and parents and everyone sort of line up on the way to Deering Meadow, which is a big open space on campus. It's just a great way to celebrate your arrival to school on campus, and it's just a lot of fun. We have music playing, and we have people cheering, and it's just always a great time. So that's one tradition to look forward to.
One of my favorite traditions is Norris at night. Norris is the student center on campus. And Norris at night is really fun because there's all this free food and a lot of just like fun stuff going on that just gives you a little hint of what college and Norris has to offer.
And Norris. Some of the other traditions are President's Convocation, so that's when Morty, the esteemed man on campus, our president, the president, he'll let you in on some words of wisdom of his, and also Six Flags, like Scylla mentioned. And the best part about all of this is that it's free, and it's great. The best part is that it's great. Cool. The third question that was submitted. What about fridges in the res hall room? Should I get one?
Yes.
Yep.
So there's about fridges. There's this thing that you guys can go through called Res Essentials, I believe it is, and you can have a fridge delivered to your room. You don't have to drive it here. You don't have to deal with going to the stores to find one, and you can have it on the first day of school.
It can literally just be like
There.
in your room.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I also recommend the mini fridge with a separate freezer for mini freezer. Because then it's better for your ice cream because it won't melt. Because those like ones with the like little freezer, it doesn't get cold enough.
And it's perfectly sized, or you should get the one that's perfectly sized for Ben and Jerry's pints. Store and like when I was watching the presidential election my freshman year, and I went and I got a pint of Americone Dream while I was watching it with Stephen Colbert on it, and because Northwestern I love, so this is really just tying all together. And I was eating Americone Dream and watching it, and then I had a freezer to put it in. So long story short, get an ice cream freezer.
But if you don't get one with a freezer, that's fine, because then you can just eat the ice cream
In one sitting, and then no one can tell you, don't do that. You can be like, well, I don't have a freezer, and they'll be like, well, you should have gotten one.
And you can make new friends by sharing it. So.
Right. Anyway, I digress.
I didn't have a freezer, and I have lots of new friends. So.
Many like common rooms in the residential halls actually have fridges as well. If that's not an option for you.
So the main thing is Res Essentials is a student-run group, and you can buy or rent a fridge, and they will put it in your res hall room for you, so it will be waiting there, ready to welcome you when you move in. Cool. The next question that was submitted is, I have so much to think about. What is your favorite thing about Northwestern?
Brian looks excited about
I'm
that.
just like excited. So many things to think about. I have so many favorite things. But I think my favorite thing is that everyone's so passionate here, and they all love everything that they do. But it's so cool to see like how people that you think, are bio majors, but they're also into like artsy things like photography and stuff like that. It's cool too. Or someone who's also a bio major, but also a dual degree in BNN, which is really cool. And like everyone has their own interests and everyone has their own things that they do, and that's really cool.
I personally think that all the performance groups on campus are so talented. Like Brian was saying, every freshman student is so passionate, and I think that passion kind of comes through in whatever they decide to pursue. So our acapella groups, our theater shows, our dance groups, and improv groups, and whatever else is out there, they're all so talented in those shows. It's all the truth.
Yeah, and like building off of that, it's just there's so many opportunities here, which is one of my favorite things about Northwestern, whether it's acapella or like performance groups or campus publications or like smaller groups like Happiness Club, which is super cool. There's just like all these things that you can get involved with in all these different organizations and student groups, and you can decide what you want to do, try out new things, and it's just such an awesome environment for that.
Yeah, for me, it really was the community that Northwestern has that attracted me to the school, and then also is one of the biggest reasons why I still love it at Northwestern. Because wherever you go, like you will always like see people you know who are happy to see you, and it's like really an environment that is very collaborative and very supportive. And I felt like it was an environment where I could really be myself, and that was like something that I thought was really special.
And kind of going off of that, my experience is maybe unique in that I'm a transfer student, and I have had the experience of being at a different university and being here. And what Evan was just saying really like strikes true for me as well. I find that kind of tying a lot of what everyone was saying, the opportunities and the community and the general atmosphere of the university makes me feel very comfortable here in being myself and in pursuing academic goals and in being creative and in just being like who I really want to be. And that's what I like about here, at least.
Yeah. And tying that all back to Wildcat Welcome, that's the start of that community and culture. So we're really excited to get here to see how amazing Northwestern is, and be welcomed by your fringe.
Someone asked the question, when do I take classes? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Alyssa loves this question.
I do love this question. So like I was saying before, your peer advisor will be helping you with the registration process like very completely. The PA is like trained in how to help you use Caesar. We use Caesar, that's our course registration system. That's how we pick classes. And there are days designated in Wildcat Welcome for you to get group advising with your PA group and your academic advisor, individual advising times with your PA, where just you and your PA sit down and talk about what classes you want to take, what AP or IB credits you maybe got in high school and how those kind of fit into your schedule. So all those things are going to be questions you probably have right now or in a couple of weeks, and your PA will be able to help figure that out because they probably had to figure it out for themselves as well. And then on the actual day of registration, for your registration time, your PA will be able to be there when you're registering. So if anything is confusing or complicated about that, you'll have somebody there that's like really invested in making sure that you get the classes that you need to be in and that you feel good about your first quarter here at Northwestern. So anything academic like that, your PA will be there to fully support you and explain to you kind of what's going on. So just sit tight on registration. I know your friends are going to be registering over the summer, but just know that it's going to happen. It's going to be great. It's all in September, and you have like a personal special guide to help you. So that is good and fun.
And I know for McCormick students out there that you'll be hearing from the freshman advisors over the summer who will help you plan your shopping cart a little early in the dossier.
Cool. So just like Alyssa said, the actual days for registration are you'll be having advising with your faculty advisor and your peer advisor on the Wednesday and Thursday of Wildcat Welcome, and then registration itself will happen on Friday of Wildcat Welcome. So here is a question from Ibrahim. Hi, Ibrahim.
No.
What are some Northwestern life hacks? For example, what are tips and tricks to make life easy at Northwestern? Yeah.
Really like this question. So in the winter in Chicago, it gets a little bit colder than the summer. And when that's really
Just
cool,
a little bit.
just a tiny hint to it. When that's really cool is up on North Campus, where all the science buildings are, a lot of the buildings are connected. You can actually go without actually going outside. You can go to most of your classes up on North Campus when you kind of learn the building.
Also wear gloves and a hat in the winter.
And memorize a shuttle schedule.
Well, there's an app that helps you with that.
Speaking of
There's always an app for that.
There's one app that shows the times, and there's one app that shows the GPS of where the shuttle is.
There's also a thing called Safe Ride, which is my favorite.
How do you think that
And you basically you use an app on your phone to call a car to come get you from an on-campus location, and then it can take you almost anywhere you need to go, and that's really nice, especially in the winter when it's very cold.
It's like a Northwestern Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's free.
Yeah.
Also, if it's raining fall quarter, you can check out an umbrella for free from the library.
What?
Yeah.
Surprise! Another thing is regarding the meal plan. There are these things called points, and each dining hall has different time schedules for when different meals are worth different amounts of points. And even in Norris, there's like a food cafeteria thing with Subway and Frontera and Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks and more. And so depending on the time, you can spend different amounts of money, and that's really cool too. Thanks, Ibrahim, for that question. It was fun. Cool. Our next question is, do students actually go into Chicago?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So people definitely do go into Chicago. There's lots of really cool things happening there. People will go for shows. People will go for, I think there was like NU Day at Wrigley yesterday. So a lot of people went downtown for that. And there's a shuttle, a free shuttle that you can use your Wild card on. That's the Intercampus shuttle that takes you from Evanston down to Chicago campus. And so from there, it's pretty easy to go explore.
Guys, the Intercampus is literally like a savior. It's the best. It even stops in certain places along the way to downtown as well if you need to get off for whatever reason. And it's really easy from here because the L is literally right next to campus. The L is the elevated train system. And
You didn't know that?
no. And the L,
you every day.
so you get on the purple line here, which transfers to the red line, which basically hits any neighborhood on the way to Chicago. So it's pretty great.
And as far as engaging with Chicago from like a Northwestern specific perspective, there are a lot of academic programs here that get you engaged with Chicago. There is literally a program called Engage Chicago that Kevin did. It's over the summer. But then there also are programs like Chicago Field Studies that give you academic credit for doing an internship during one of your quarters during the actual year. And some academic schools allow you to do like internship programs for their specific credit in Chicago as well. So like the Sesame Practicum, sometimes in the Bill JR, if you're in one of those schools, you can get a site in the city. And those are just really great ways that Northwestern tries to make sure that its students are engaging and participating in organizations and companies in the Chicagoland area and building relationships with potential future employers or people who we can network with or get to know better, or also just kind of expand from the Northwestern community into downtown. We call ourselves Chicago's Big Ten team, but also it does feel very much like we are part of Chicago in all the best ways. So it definitely is accessible. If you get in the practice of using public transportation, it can actually feel very close.
And
Started something.
super quick, going off what Zoe said, there are a ton of shows and activities to do in Chicago that are very Northwestern friendly. For example, I was really excited about the student ticket discount at the CSO, the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. You get world-class seats for only $15. And also Northwestern formed a partnership with the Art Institute. So all students get to go for free. And that's awesome because the shuttle that Ivy loves so much
particularly for the reason of going to the art institute, and I love it.
It drops you off like right in front up there. That's great.
Very inexpensive date.
Yeah.
Oh,
my man.
Wow. Who are you taking out?
Not me.
Moving right along.
No, I think you'll find yourself engaged with Chicago very early
Oh god.
during your freshman
We just want to remind you again that if you have any questions, you can submit them to us via our Twitter using the hashtag WWHangout, or you can Facebook message us or email us. But we have another question about resources and what are the resources that I should be thinking about or that you should be thinking about over the summer.
Well, so the first one, and I think the most important one, is Purple Prep. So that has just about every single thing you need to think about. So either you've already gotten it or you will be getting it soon in the mail. And that kind of goes through every single kind of logistical item, but also kind of has some information about Northwestern culture and Northwestern student life. So that's really your one-stop resource.
Building off of that, Alyssa mentioned this earlier, but for engineers who are joining us midway through, you will be assigned a peer advisor in the summertime, July or in August, and this peer advisor is your peer ed advisor, and they will be a go-to person to answer any questions or concerns that you have, and you'll get their contact information.
Yeah, and then one great thing about the Purple Prep book is that it's divided into your undergrad school. So for example, for BD students, hey, what's up? They'll give you like specific checklist items on what to do in terms of any placement tests you might be taking, or where to send your AP and IB credits that you're getting right now. Good luck.
And then sort of building off of Purple Prep, there's March to the Arch, different from March through the Arch. It's different. Anyway.
Is it different?
Yes. March to the Arch is a newsletter that will come out maybe every month.
It's every month.
Every Tuesday?
First Tuesday.
The first Tuesday of every month. And it's sort of like a condensed version of Purple Prep for that time period. So it'll get you updated on certain things during that month that you'll need to complete. So it's really helpful to check in with that, and it has some answers to questions that you'll have as well.
And you can also continue to ask questions on the Facebook page, and we're very open to answering any of your questions.
And everyone, depending on what academic school you're in, there are 6 of us are assigned to, we're the directors for all the different schools. So we have Weinberg, Susby, McCormick, Medill, Enon, and Com all here. And so if you have a school-specific question that one of us can answer, you can just go on the Facebook group and just look for one of us. Our pictures are in the photo album on there, so you know what our name is, and you can message us on Facebook, and we'll be happy to answer any questions
Or you can tweet it right now.
Yeah.
So all of those things that we just mentioned are under the new student and family programs, which we are a part of. And then some of the other resources that you might be thinking about right now are student financial services. So literally, if you just Google student financial services Northwestern, they have a lot of really helpful resources about payments, financial aid, work study jobs, other components of work study, and they are a really great resource to kind of learn about now, and then you can get to interact with them more during Wildcat Welcome. There will be a lot of opportunities for you to get better acquainted with their office. And then another resource that you might be thinking about is student enrichment services. So this is an office that works to serve students who are the first in their family to go to college, or who are from lower socioeconomic backgrounds, and they are a really great resource for not only new students, but also families and parents. So you'll be learning more about that during Wildcat Welcome and parent and family orientation. But if you want to learn about them now, you definitely can. They have a lot of great information online. Cool. So Michelle just asked a question. Michelle, and she's our last question. But she asked, how often do you cook in the res halls or use the kitchen? Nifty question.
So I could start off. That's what I was gonna say. So personally, so for cooking, that's really your whatever initiative that you want to have with cooking. I personally in the res hall, I don't cook that much because we have like great dining on campus. But I know one of my new students from my PA group, she cooks almost every day, whether it's like cooking something or baking. I always smell it when I walk through our res college, and then I always find like little cookies on my desk in my room because she likes these. Yeah, she's very.
That's so
yeah. So like there's fully stocked kitchens in all the res halls and colleges. So as long as you have, sometimes you need your own like bowls or utensils and things. Yeah, and then you can go.
One like sad story that I'll share from my freshman year is that I was not that. I was trying to make rice in a stove, which is I don't use a rice cooker, so I was like it's like a foreign experience for me. And I burned it, and I set the fire alarm off, and my entire res hall had to be evacuated in the middle of winter. So, but yeah, I was that kid. So see, like I went from that kid to being really happy at Northwestern. So anything can happen.
I have a happier story. So, yeah, I had a friend last year and the year before who lived on the same floor as me, and he and I both really like baking, so we'll just like go down to the kitchen that was downstairs in our hall. We'll like make banana bread and cookies, and it was really fun because like really good smelling food like attracts people to the kitchen, so we just got to meet some random people that way. So that was cool.
You can make like birthday cakes and stuff to celebrate different things with your friends in your res hall and colleges. So it's a great way to bond with people too.
I think it's also an underrated way to make the residence hall feel more like home. I think when you come here, it can feel like you're here temporarily or like it's not really your home yet. Maybe it's just like you're staying for a little bit, but once you really start maybe to feel like I felt really homesick, like coming into, about a month into college. And one thing I remember that made me feel really good was doing something that just felt so normal and homey, like baking cookies. And I that was just such a simple thing I did to like make myself just feel like it was normal, like I was in my home and I was able to like share with people on my floor. So even if you're not like a huge baker or cooker, that's something that you can do or plan on doing, bring some of your own stuff and just make something that you love doing at home, and you can make the residence hall feel a little more homey as you in your first year.
Yeah, and our address is 600 Haven if you want to bring some of your goods.
Deliver them to Orco specifically. Cool. Well, thanks, Michelle, for asking that last question. And thank you all for joining us today. We had a lot of fun chatting with you. And if you have any questions after this Google Hangout, you can definitely send us a message. All of the forms of communication that I mentioned before, like our Twitter, Facebook, and email, are still viable ways of contacting us. So if you have any questions or just want to chat, feel free to do that. And we'll see you for our next Hangout in June 17th. And be sure to log in on the webinar for this Sunday to learn a lot about housing from residential services. So that's May 17th. And if you have any housing specific questions, they can definitely answer those. But we can't wait to meet you in September, and we hope you're super excited.
Yeah!
Go Cats! Go Cats!